bet, though.
What, tequila? No.
Well, 120 proof alcohol probably would.
You're
I
thinking
mean,
of
I knew I forgot
Everclear
to turn off
or
some
Jack.
things.
I mean,
Jack's not that high.
No, it's
That's
only
like
45.
Bacardi 151.
I don't know. Jack's apartment smells like weed all the time.
Yeah.
I have
Hobble.
no idea who the hell Jack is.
Oh, Hobble's muted. Did the answer I gave you help? Did you find what you were looking for?
I'm still working on it, so as of
Okay.
right now,
Fuck, Puck.
no.
Not
Fuck
yet.
Puck.
Okay.
It rhymes.
We ain't found shit.
I'm sorry, bud. I didn't mean to freak you out.
So, last week, we had fun with the rest of an ambush, and then another group tracking you, which seems to have gone better than expected.
it's not over, yes.
No one's dead.
Not
I
dead yet.
mean,
Give it a
you
minute.
aren't dead yet. When we left off, you were in negotiations with some sort of Yuan-Ti priestess that Hobble thinks is hot shit.
You say negotiations, but so far I heard an awful lot of I want no part of it.
Negotiations in regards of don't stab us, we won't stab you.
We have some holograms up. We have a force field up. It's fun. It's
And a
exciting.
cleric that's currently on the other side of both of those.
And Pims ran away.
Sorry, I had to go get some milk.
And some frozen chicken and canned salmon.
Yeah.
Definitely had to go get some toilet paper and some hand sanitizer.
Look, I got a protein up. Don't shame me for my choices.
So, remind me exactly where we left off, friends, in this.
They're gonna
well-
tell me tea. I'll be right back.
I was talking to them about how their fearless leader, who has apparently revoked or taken back all the evil necromancer shit that he used to do, and is now been reborn as Yuan-Ti. He's still doing his necromancer shit because we keep running into his creatures.
So yeah, you tell Fenthaza this, and she looks at you, claims disgust about
Undead.
undead, and says, well,
That actually reminds me. As I'm talking about this, I am going to kind of give a glance back and ask if someone could bring out the trophies that we've been keeping.
Are we out of initiative at this point?
yes.
Has
Okay.
someone been keeping trophies?
Yeah, I have.
Someone's been keeping severed scalps
Whiteheads.
with the upside down blue triangle on
Okay,
them.
so to make sure, because I apparently have missed this the entire time. We've
Yep.
been doing the thing, and as soon as we do, the turtle's been scalping the pale skins.
You've
Yeah.
mentioned it several times.
Yeah, that's
You've apparently
a
blocked it out.
confirmed thing that has happened.
Sean's like, nope, I
I'd,
blocked this out entirely.
I think it's one of my first notes in here.
I'd
Yeah.
like to sneak outside.
Okay.
Um,
Roll stealth.
Anybody
Oh,
have a
get
spare
me.
bow in case shit goes down?
Got two.
I have a crossbow.
Anyway, am I getting this thing or not? Also, I'm probably not going to be doing the accent tonight as much as I enjoy it. I have a
It's
hard
fine.
enough time talking.
You alright?
I have a sore on the bottom of my tongue, right at the base, so...
Yikes.
I'd also like to attempt to get on top of this roof while continuing to not be noticed.
Okay. Make a dexterity check to climb the. It's like there's no easy way to get up there. So how graceful you are may have some determination about whether you're noticed or not.
I do have acrobatics trained. Could I use that?
Yes, absolutely.
I have two questions before they actually do this. One,
Mm.
how tall is the inside of the building?
He's outside.
Oh, okay.
He's climbing onto a neighboring roof.
A neighboring roof.
Okay.
Dear God.
You
Well, I
can definitely climb up to the top of the roof.
have to scroll over to see it.
And they didn't appear to notice you, at least not actively.
Okay. I'm just going to keep watch here for any signs of hostility from the people that I can see outside.
Sure.
Or noises,
Yep.
like clang clang noises, yeah.
Yeah, got it.
I exist to translate Draconic and keep ears open for, alright, let's attack now.
Okay. Okay. So you're calling, Keeper's calling for Yordle's white scalps.
Mm-hmm.
Which are at this point not as fresh as they once were.
Ew.
Well, it's not like Yordle said anything about tanning them.
White scalps. Ew.
Does Tortle hand them over?
Yeah, that's my question.
Yeah, I just said I did.
Okay. What does
I
Keeper do with
sloughed
said
them over.
scalps
Yeah, your
that
voice
are
is going across.
kind of, moist and less than fresh?
I mean,
Moist.
God damn it.
considering the character,
Hmm.
the fact that they're, decaying is as it finally fucking should be.
Uh-huh.
But I will pick out one that has the actual symbol on it and gently hand in the direction of the other one.
Okay. The muscle steps in front of Fenthaza, right, and reaches out for it and looks at it and then like turns sideways and hands it back to Fenthaza, who surprisingly not as disgusted by the decay as one might expect of someone who appears kind of prissy.
You work for evil.
She takes this, looks at it, and then just looks distasteful and says, the master has not operated under this symbol for years, decades.
Well, you have someone doing that, and also, did Raj keep the sending stone, or
Shaggy has it.
figured? And where we found that, we also found a sending stone, based in the image of your great, how you say, serpent.
Does it have the image on it?
It does.
It was in the shape of, I thought.
Yeah,
It
the
has a symbol of-
sending stone has the symbol on it. Yeah.
Mhm.
So I pass the sending stone forward because fuck it, this is apparently going to be fun. So it takes me a couple of seconds to dig through the fucking bag of holding for it, but haha! And then as I reach forward with it, the illusion of the elf with the bow just reaches into a pouch, pulls out the stone, and hands it forward as I am.
Okay. Um. The serpent woman looks with distaste at the elf, and but you know, thus far she's looked at distaste with everything.
It's a
Who knows?
respectful distaste.
And
At a rolling rock.
Respectful.
when upon seeing the symbol of Dendar on the stone, opens her eyes surprised and sort of recoils. You found this with one of the undead hordes in the jungle? Where?
Near the, temple, what was it? It
We were in the
was
woods.
a man and
Gator?
the gator?
Were we near there?
It was about a day or two
Yes.
from there.
Yeah, that was.
I do not know the explanation for this.
Well, we could ring your buddy up on the stone and, see if he's got a, perfectly good explanation for it.
You could try. I do not know whether you will succeed.
I mean, either
Mort,
way,
calling Orson. Come in, Orson. Mort, calling Orson.
we are, how you say, at an impasse. I believe you when you say you do not like these undead. However, I do not believe that your leader has quite given up his pastimes.
That may not be an issue for much longer.
Oh,
She appears to struggle with herself and says, "Meet with him. Speak with him. You'll see for yourselves."
well. I mean, I'm sure we'd love to have a chit chat, but you do kind of have us at spear point, knife point.
What is this, Hobble?
I'm a snake.
Muted
Muted
Hobble.
still.
I'm a snake.
Oh my god, you're like a super serpent.
I'm a super snaky snake.
Jesus Christ.
She like looks sideways and says, and like waves her hand and says, "Noth, put the blades away." You must understand, though, Ross is not a trusting man. You will not be allowed into the temple as heavily armed as you stand before us now. Though I can promise that before your meeting with him, you will come to no harm if you come with us in peace.
Can I use danger sense to detect bullshit?
You can try.
This is the part where the entire party asks for insight checks, right?
Yeah.
This is the part where Shaggy just assumes, nah, fam.
If everyone is asking for an insight check, you can make a group one. This is what we
Alright.
did before. Everyone make an
Question.
insight check. We'll average them all. What?
Who has the best wisdom?
For my situation, because I'm outside and probably wouldn't be hearing the conversation. When she says put the blades away, did I notice anything happen with the people outside? Like, did they drop bows or anything, or are they still doing what they were doing?
Their weapons are put down. So the guy inside the house sheathed his blade, and the ones nearest him did as well. The ones in the back are also not hearing everything, so their bows went from drawn to down.
Okay.
They look relaxed.
Okay. I guess I'll do insight based on where I am.
Okay.
I'm real good at reading body language.
You are real good at reading body language.
Oh shit! I should be using my fucking lip reading. God damn it!
But you can't remember why.
You can't even see him.
You
You're
are
outside
outside
the
of
house.
the
I know
house.
that's the problem.
Are you anywhere where you,
No, I can't see shit from where I'm at.
okay.
I'm just waiting patiently for shit to hit the fan.
Yeah.
It's fair.
Just feel like lip reading for Warden as he just pulls out like Mr. Magoo sized glasses and falls out of the bush trying to read that by accident.
What are these words?
So they've put their weapons away.
Aha, now we ambush them.
As far as
I'm good with that.
what you can tell from your insight checks, she seems to be telling the truth. But you know, I mean, in its entirety, not the most reassuring statement in the world, but it was honest as far as you can tell.
Not the most reassuring statement. I mean, it's a thing-ish, kind of.
To murder hobo or not to murder hobo? That is the question for the people still inside the house.
I will also remind everyone in the party that your healer is tapped.
I have 5 lay on hands left. So
For
So we're
how
tapped.
much?
For point.
5.
5 points.
I can do 5 points of healing.
Yeah, we are fucked.
Oh boy.
I can do 3 cure wounds and 1 cure wounds plus 1.
I don't like these odds.
Break out the buffalo.
We are pretty tapped at the moment, honestly, though.
You
We
know,
are
I think
tapped.
we're fine.
We're done. You are in a different area, and in about 5 seconds, you're gonna forget why you're over there.
Well, hey, look now. The good news about that is, if they're hostile, I can like drop them in one shot, potentially.
It's true. It's true.
And I'm in a good position to do rogue bullshit where I can just keep hiding behind a roof.
Turtle doesn't know that.
And our paladin
Hobble
can't
has some
actually
faith in
I
that.
know you don't know that,
Hubble does have.
but I'm not there to make the decision anyway. Like, I don't know what the offer was. I just see people relaxing outside.
I will make one comment and one comment only. They followed us here with weaponry.
Which
Is this happening where they can hear you?
We're inside the dome and I'm quiet.
So no. Okay.
He's got a point there. We Keeper is stricken. We ain't got time for this, so I'm gonna have to do not much of an option.
Do we have to go now?
Yeah. When else are we gonna go? Next Tuesday.
We could tell them to fuck off for 2 more hours so that, you know.
Can
Hey,
we
let
do-
us sleep first.
Wait, can we do that? Can we just stall and deliberate until it's time?
Why not? They can't reach us in here.
The problem is that I am out and as the negotiator, and in a what would probably be argued as a high pressure situation. So I wouldn't exactly be what you call rested.
Roll for
Oh.
filibuster.
When we took a look at what counts as being exertion, this actually wouldn't mess with your rest pattern. You can still rest for the next 2 hours and it'll count.
Yeah, so can't you just tell them, hey, I'll deliberate, let me be right back, and then not be back for 2 hours?
We must speak with my companions. I'm just going to go back here. How about you give us a couple of hours to talk?
Sequester the jury.
Pretty much. By time.
Gotta feed the jury, we gotta feed them chicken. Be right back. KFC! Oh man, no. Chicken. What have I done?
You've made yourself want chicken.
Legislation good.
Terribleness.
There really isn't a correct answer here, is there?
Will you?
Let's either go into an obvious trap.
Well, you see, the problem with this obvious trap is no matter which way we do it, unless we take the next 2 hours to continue out that 8 hours of rest, Calf is done for the whole day. Calf can't do anything until they've been given the opportunity to rest until tomorrow.
This is true.
Unless Calf takes the time, she is literally at a huge disadvantage for the rest of the time.
I don't
Can we
see
do
them...
the car salesman thing where we say we'll think about it and then just not come back for a couple of days?
The problem is that
Get
they've
out.
followed us. They know how to track us. Even with the ones of us who could possibly hide our tracks, it would only be a matter of time. Because we're not leaving here until we fix things.
Now, to be devil's advocate, I'm going to point out we're having a conversation with someone who's outside the dome. There's no way we're keeping that part quiet.
I'm saying this out of character, admittedly, as we're deliberating. I would be standing there for a few seconds and then probably go, if you would excuse me, I need to step back in and converse with my fellows.
Her tail kind of whips back and forth, and she says,
I whip my tail back and forth. I whip my tail back and forth.
I would
That's exactly what she says.
love to hear your answer as soon as possible, please. And then she waves.
But of course.
We all just sneak out the back.
I opened the window up enough
Except-
and most of us can get out.
Except Diashon, because he has to stay in the bubble.
Can you just imagine as I'm sticking my leg out the window? Hold on, what's this dome look like? So I'd get my leg out the window and I'd be outside and I'd be like, I step past there, we're in trouble. Get ready to run. Assuming no one fails the stealth check on the way out the damn framework.
Yeah, I think Araj has got us covered there.
Nobody's already failed the stealth save. It's fine.
Oh yeah, you did.
Yeah, you got like a 6 because you forgot you can
You
teleport.
get like a 6.
So what are you
Anyway,
gonna do? Go into the trap, fight him here, or what?
I'm not really able to do anything if we fight here. I might be able to, physically attack, but that would be it. And this is the man that we were told to watch out for. This is the one that we were told potentially had the item that we've been looking for. The one that,
Oh, Soulmonger.
yeah.
If we were told to watch out for him, going to him is not exactly the best way to watch out for him.
Well, if it turns out we decide to go murder Hobo, believe it or not, unless the combat takes a long time, because you actually have an hour window. Like, you can keep resting as long as we don't fight for longer than an hour. But our worry is that everyone will be obliterated if they start bringing to bear any of the stuff that we've already seen up to this point. We're agreed. We need to talk. We need to at least find out if this person has what we need. But I don't feel comfortable with the concept of just giving up all of the weaponry and stepping into the bloody guy's base.
Some of my weaponry not detachable.
Shadow gathers in my hand. I know what you mean, but I'm not alone, and neither are you.
Alright, so just show of hands of everyone that's here. Who's all for resting for 2 hours and then fighting? I'm all alone. Great. So let's just go do this. Let's go.
I'm
Let's
just
go
not
outside.
there. I would have my hand up if I was there, but I'm not there.
Just random paw in the background. Just I don't know why, but me.
Sticks through the roof down.
And I suggested them obviously for it. By the same token,
my
kicking all of
paws.
their arses and then resting also works for me.
I really don't think we can win this fight right now, though, even with the
Oh yeah,
dome.
Steak. You have to say where your hand is because got no hands.
No, I would have mentioned if I was gonna raise. Like, this
Okay.
small lizard is
So we got 3, 4. Oh no, we got 3 that we just turn ourselves in. So let's just turn ourselves in and
That's
go.
what. Wait, how many were voting for fight now?
2 of us.
2.
Just the 2?
How many people
Okay.
want to give up their weapons and go off with the snakes?
They
It
did
sounds like
yes.
plot.
That's a hard no.
It did not sound like we were immediately having to give up our weapons.
Anything interesting come up in Draconic during this waiting period?
They can try and take him at that point.
In Draconic, so when she was like trying to deliberate back and forth between like when you asked when Fanthaza said that may not be a problem for as long as for all that much longer, the response in Draconic from the muscle next to her was just like a hiss of displeasure, and in Draconic, watch your mouth.
That's it.
But
Nothing beyond that.
nothing else really. Nobody's talking. They're sort of like shifting uncomfortably when she speaks, and that's about it.
Okay, this is gonna sound crazy, and I know my track record. Okay, I think we all know where this is going just based off of that. Then okay.
No, I want to hear the plan.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
you know
want
his
to.
plan. He trusts her.
it's-
He wants to go off.
It's not a plan. It's not that I trust her. Almost like they don't trust her.
He thinks there's going to be a necromancer there for him to.
Okay, look, listen. That was one time.
Make new friends.
Shush. I get it. I'm bad at what I do.
You know what they say, necromancers are friends for life and death.
Extra
Look,
stalker.
I'm just going to point
that
out all
second life.
necromancers want to do is raise a family.
So we're
Hold on.
going with him, and we're gonna give up our weapons, like, and then walk it out with said honcho man, big honches. We could have the other 2 follow us because Got Master Grandpa Tracker and Senile Grandpa Tracker, so it'll be fine. Should be able to help get us. Big Haunchy. Big Haunchy. I don't know where that name came from, but that's what we're sticking with. Big Haunchy.
How
Big Haunchy's my
far
rapper name.
away is this place they want us to go to?
We don't know.
Because if it's less than an hour away, maybe you can keep resting.
Do you think they have a wagon?
Probably not.
Snake people, carry us as we sleep.
Will not be enslaved.
I wish I was that good at that.
Let's follow them. Where they take us. The other two can follow us. If we're easy enough for them to track, we're probably easy enough to track us.
Oh, good lord.
What's that? We're separating the party? Oh, the slime wall.
Well,
Yep.
you know what? We don't have to fight them, but I still think we need to.
It's okay, you're being followed by Walter Matthau and Jack Lemmon.
Well, on that note, I'm just gonna KYS now. I'm just gonna.
Whoa! Malka TOS!
Uh,
Are we all in agreement that we're going to follow along and see where this leads?
Sure.
Sure.
there are no other options, and I have been outvoted. And if I have to listen to wee lady talk out loud about her inner demons one more time, I might just punt her out there, and then we're all just screwed, because I'll have to go get her, and it'll be bad, and it'll be the egg all over again.
Thank you, by the way, friend, for letting me borrow your trophies.
Fine, that wouldn't have made it in the object wouldn't have made it in the story, because if you've seen this thing, kind of flap it around a little bit.
What?
Yes, it is wonderfully decaying.
I'm gonna give.
Well, that's
Try that
Stormbird.
again, Steak, please.
Okay.
Do, do,
Okay,
do,
and then nothing.
do,
Silent
do,
Steak.
He's
is
having
silent.
issues.
We know. His mic's messed up too.
Right now, he's cursing his computer.
He's not cursing. He doesn't curse.
You're right.
He's
He
going
does in
rada
his
rada
head.
rada rada rada
He's
rada.
saying, you darn device, you and your pocket loss.
Moldy baloney.
Moldy
Ugh.
baloney.
Got it.
Oh, it's moldy head cheese.
Nope, nope, nope,
No.
nope, 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 nope.
Which head?
I'm going to point out that if you actually look at those scalps, that's not cheese, that's decaying flesh. So don't worry about it.
I have actually seen molding head cheese and we're not going there.
Neat. That's an actual thing.
That
Yeah.
sounds no Gouda.
Anyway,
Anyway,
Monka TOS, I can't explain that right now.
Don't Google moldy head cheese on no don't not on the not on
Hobble.
What?
Some people
Well,
don't have families.
that-
If you can't hook the rest of that together for yourself, I can't
what
say it
is
on
that
stream.
bottom right corner picture? How is that relevant?
Being attacked by moldy cheese, you would have the same reaction.
Oh,
Oh,
Steak?
good steak?
Leo steak.
Nope.
Oh, yep.
Nope.
Gone. And he's gone.
Oh, I want charcuterie now.
they talk about head cheese and now you want a cheese plate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's cheeses and meats and fruit.
No, I
Yeah.
think everything just went down.
Hey, you're back.
I'm on my
Okay.
phone.
Oh. Well then.
Like, your whole internet went down, or just Discord?
It's acting like it's the whole.
Entirely sure. Oh, are we good?
Don't ask us. We're not there.
I think we're good. I may have freaked
Uh,
Discord out for a second by having the call open on both my phone and my desktop.
Oh,
Anyway,
You freaked it out and back into life then.
little cow.
cool.
Look at the
So I'm
cow.
just gonna not say what I was gonna say because apparently that was a sign to not say it.
Sure, why not?
Sure.
Because I
If
actually,
you think it.
I mean, I typed
should
it into
probably
Roll20
use
chat. And I don't
one
think
of
it's
those
sent.
signs.
So.
Oh, you did. And then we started talking about moldy head cheese. And then
Oh,
Jill's was
okay.
like, hell no. And then I went looking
Okay.
for moldy stuff.
All right.
And
Let's do the thing before my internet dies again. Yeah.
Okay.
Woo.
I will step back out.
Mm-hmm. If a person with a snake for a bottom half could tap their foot, that's what she would be doing.
It's just the
Oh,
tip of the tail on
yeah,
the
it's
ground.
just the tip of the tail.
I-
Just it's like when your cat gets angry. It's just
My deepest apologies for making you wait, but as you mentioned earlier, it has been a very long day, and your welcoming party wasn't exactly welcoming. So we have decided that we would like to go with you. Once we are finished resting.
She appears satisfied with your response, and then when you say once we've finished resting, she says, Russ Nissi is not a patient man, and my return is expected shortly with you along with us. You may rest before your meeting with Russ Nissi inside the Fane.
This is the part where I insight check because it's
Okay.
All right. 18.
Okay. Her offer to let you rest inside the Fane is valid.
Okay. All right. So she's either a really good liar, or I'm just really bad at this and don't know it.
both.
Dude,
There is a
you're-
third option.
You're
Yeah.
rolling well.
I know.
They let us rest there and then kill us.
Yeah.
Or they just kill us in their
Okay.
sleep successfully, unlike some weird tiefling we knew once.
Snakes do prefer live prey.
When do you know it's
Something, swallow whole, something.
I will.
Woo!
Oh God, that's a bonus action.
Ooh, woo,
It
woo.
was a bonus action.
Not
No
that.
more of the bonus action.
Oh,
So Uvor and deep stuff is
I have been
bonus.
hanging around you people too long at this point.
The deep what?
Deep is an action.
Deep
Anyway,
stuff is what Hobble said.
Deep snaking.
Cinderella got to the ball deep stuff?
Yes.
Okay. Got it.
Anyway, we've got a thing to go die in now or something.
Oh, Jill's still has my other scalp.
Keeper. Only threw one at that ya boy.
Threw
Or ya
one?
girl. Yeah, or well, handed.
So who still has it? Did Snaky
Oh,
make Snaky give
uh,
it back, or is she still just kind of like, I'm waiting?
no, she's not holding it. The muscle is holding it.
As we walk
Yankee.
by in whatever file they have us, I'm gonna snatch it from him and go, "This is back off. You don't need it. If you need it again, I'll show it to you or give it to your king or whatever the fuck he is."
Also,
The
I
Yankee and the Yanchi.
wouldn't have given back the sending
stone.
stone.
Okay.
Snatching that.
It's
That's-
currently on me.
Okay. So, so you all are going with them then, right?
Mhm.
Apparently.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
Small lizard do want to climb on Keeper, if okay.
Don't climb on the sleepy one. Come here.
So we're clear.
I'll
But
keep
then we
her.
climb on you.
Exactly.
Because of the way events have played out recently, I'm actually wearing leather armor with a scimitar strapped onto my hip. I don't look like a fucking caster.
Got my
Okay.
scimitar on my hip.
I mean, all right then.
I am very clear.
That's working out okay.
All right. well, I guess I
Are
am on
you
the
still
turtle then.
looking like an elf?
No, I didn't look like an elf. As a matter of
Okay.
fact, the big burly guy would have
Yeah.
seen through the elf the entire time, so he wasn't falling
Okay.
anyway. And
Okay.
then when it dissipated, like the dome and the illusion dissipating, it would have made them,
Okay.
it was more of a make it be more confusing for him before we went into a fight that apparently we weren't going into, but I didn't know that at the time.
And what's happening with the other two of you who are not a part of this group of 5 that is leaving with
part of
Fenthaza and
friends.
Noth and their underling soldier
I
types?
I think we're at the bingo
I
hall.
would I would stay hidden. And once I saw them being led off,
Mhm.
I would follow them from a distance where I could stay hidden.
Okay. And Warden?
I will also follow from a distance, at such a distance that I can maintain my stealth
Okay.
and have all of my while traveling alone bonuses. I don't have a lot of those in the city.
Yeah. Okay. Both of you make another stealth check for me.
Can I have advantage?
Why?
Is that other roll shit?
Isn't he in the
No.
On my screen, some of your dice is missing. Like parts of your dice are missing.
Yeah, I noticed that too. Specifically the parts that would have been good rolls, apparently. But...
My textures, they do nothing.
At some point coming back around, like through the right, remember, like there's overgrowth everywhere, but at some point, Warden kind of walks through like a crinkly patch of something and makes a loud noise somehow, and
It's
one
like
of the
ferns, isn't it?
something, yeah, it's
It's
probably
fucking
ferns. That's how much Warden loves those.
Always fucking
And one of the purebloods like looks back and sees like the top part of
No, they
Warden.
don't. I am going to disappear as soon as I make a noise.
As soon as you
For
make a noise, you're
6
using
seconds.
you're using hidden misty step.
Yes, hidden
Okay.
step. Hidden
Hidden
step.
step.
It's a separate feature.
I thought we were gonna have
Okay.
a Bigfoot sighting.
You can also turn invisible, right?
Yes, full invisibility for 6 seconds.
Does that work
Okay.
against snakes?
Hmm.
Find out.
I don't know.
Alright.
Cool. So they, as you're walking back, Fenthaza's sort of been walking next to, like leading Keeper and the rest of you, and sort of looks back at the group of you and says, "It is inconvenient that not more of you are humans."
I'm sorry, what was that? It's more inconvenient?
They 100% saw me.
On the back of my neck, the hair is raising, and I'm like, that is fucking good.
Why?
Why is
It's inconvenient that you're all fucking snakes.
Hear
You
that
don't say that because I'm stealth.
Just
But
hear that faintly out of the background.
Bitches.
Who said that?
it is inconvenient that you are all fucking snakes.
Who
said that?
Entendre.
She says, I am sorry. It is about the customs of the Yuan-Ti. some of our some of our brethren do not get along as well with some of the other races of as they do with humans.
So
They
some
can
of your brethren
understand
are very, very
something.
racist? Is that what you're saying?
She tips her head to you and says, "More or less, yes."
Alright, at least you're honest about it.
It's not the KKK, it's the SSS.
Before we go into the next part, let's take a break. I need a bathroom break.
I'm gonna go get some fucking cereal.
How
Break.
one line your entire
fucking
plan.
cereal. Just eat it.
Don't fuck the skim milk!
Snap, crackle, and fuck.
No, it's a video that I think Steak actually linked.
I did, yeah.
Yeah. I have a full audio clip of that in one of the recordings. It's pretty great.
You know, I can find it pretty easily.
It's in spam somewhere. But you probably have it in your like favorited because you had that too fast.
I might have
I just
bought
know
Call of
what
Duty.
to look up.
Might have what?
Yay!
Yay!
I bought Call of Duty. If you guys have it.
Yay. I have it.
Peer Prussia!
Have
It
skim
looked
milk.
good. It's yeah.
It's definitely
And it was
gonna be
on
better with
sale.
friends. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh god.
Yeah, $40 isn't bad for it.
Oh, this guy.
Huh? What about this guy?
It's the same one that did the one that Rick sent. Section
man.
cut man.
Fuck you!
Man.
No, fuck you!
That's fucking awesome.
Hmm.
But I mean, like, isn't the point of it is that it's supposed to have less cream? So, like, don't stick your dick in it, maybe?
The jingle at the end is what makes it.
It's the best.
I like my milk like I like my bitches whole.
Oh boy.
I mean, if you like Courtney Love, that's fine. I have different tastes. Women, a little less skeezy looking.
I'm gonna go grab a drink real quickly.
Well, some people like skim milk. I like heroin-free women. Just the thing. Might have to turn my AC on. It fucking sucks. Yeah. Well, I mean, I have my computer running. It's a second floor, and
Yeah.
it's been like 75 Fahrenheit highs during the day.
Fuck.
It's a little uncomfortable, is all it is.
So, this was posted in a dice making group that I'm in.
Beautiful.
That's awesome.
I love this group. I also love that they actually have a Discord, so I'm not using Facebook as often.
That's always a plus.
Well, I've gotten, honestly, out of the habit of using it, so.
look at posts from certain people that I don't have any contact with otherwise. Just because they usually post funny rants about current events, and it's entertaining. Other than that, I don't do anything on it. Haven't for a few years. Probably about 5 years now. Something like that.
I talked to Cube's family. That's it.
Yeah.
We don't even do that
I
much now.
still have a messenger, because my mom likes to notify me about family events by any random communication method possible. That being one of them. It could be a text, it could be a phone call, it could be a Facebook message.
Ooh.
We just use group chat now.
Borderlands themed glow-in-the-dark dice. This is actually
Are they only
pretty nice.
available on Patreon for like a year after they come out?
It's actually on Steam now.
These
and it's half
are
off, and I'm still like, no.
Yeah.
because I played it and I told you about the story.
Yeah, you said it wasn't that good.
It had good moments and bad moments. To actually talk about it, I would need full functioning face.
Just don't move your tongue, forehead.
Yeah, it
Dot,
was
dot,
really
dot,
good
dot.
story. It wasn't as good as Borderlands 2, but it wasn't bad. I don't get all the hate on the internet about it.
To be honest, I do love the Handsome Jack, the Moxie's Mad Heist DLC. It feels like
I need to.
it feels like all of the story writing and everything that should have gone with the main game went into that DLC instead.
Oh, which game?
Borderlands 3.
That's on sale like half off on Steam right now.
Yeah,
Correct.
Yeah.
I'm still not all that interested.
And then when I came back, there was a skim milk thing. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Watch
Skim
it.
milk.
No. I watched it. There's a reason I said what the fuck.
It's great.
I mean, I have a couple of questions, like why anyone would put something in something that would feel like water. That'd be like taking a bath, but through a tiny hole.
Well, you microwave it first, so it's a little bit warm, but not too hot.
At no point did he say anything about microwaving it. With that altered information,
But he didn't say
I still
don't.
can't see it.
It's just a preference thing. Some people like iced coffee. Some people like regular coffee. Some people like lukewarm coffee.
Monsters.
You're a monster.
Scrolling wrong scroll.
This is gonna be a better way to bring your players. Feel like a thing. I'm surprised there's just not like a right click on it, like it says bring players here.
There's
Probably
not,
is on
though.
Tailspire.
Hope so.
Tailspire, I think each level is its own like loaded thing, but they can be gigantic.
So, they lead you back through the area with the water.
Oh, you mean where all the corpses and the blood are now?
I mean, not that exact area with the water.
I'm just checking for
But-
comparison's sake.
They're heading from where you are. They're going south.
Towards Flavortown?
Towards Flavortown, yeah.
Does my trail of mayo help them find us?
Also, do I have my little Chwinga friend? Or did they fuck off?
Your Chwinga friend hid when they showed up, and you haven't seen them again. However, they have the tendency to just sort of appear.
Yeah,
So you're not sure, I guess, is the short answer.
I shouldn't be too terribly worried, I guess. I wanted to try and figure out their name if they had one.
So,
Burb.
yeah. Okay. How is Bag of Nails going to deal with that?
Well, Bag of Nails can travel pretty quickly,
Uh-huh.
more quickly than others.
Uh-huh.
Seeing the direction they're going, I'm going to try to skirt around the shore
Okay.
and stay on land for as long as I can.
Okay. So, they're trumping through the water, right? In roughly this direction.
Oh, okay. So everyone stayed on land up until that point,
Yep.
and then they started going through water. Okay.
Yep.
Ah. Well then. Yeah, I'm gonna try to play hopscotch between the areas that have the most walls,
Okay.
I suppose.
Sure. I mean, the buildings, most of the buildings stick out, but there are like enough space between the buildings for there to be roads under there.
Yeah. Gonna try real hard to parkour hardcore and not
Okay.
get in water.
Sure. He's gonna have to choose between hardcore parkour not getting wet and being stealthy.
Yeah. The Bag of Nails is going to let them go ahead enough
Uh-huh.
where not being stealthy would not be a problem, or less of a problem,
Okay.
because he can catch up.
Okay. So, what about Warden?
I would like to find something tube shaped.
Ooh.
Specify, like, are
like
you
a
looking for a
straw.
tube steak or okay?
Like a straw. No, I'm not looking for anyone's tube steak.
Just making sure.
Nor am I
know,
looking for a slam clam.
Grandpas probably have needs. We just
Oh,
don't
Lord.
have to talk about them.
But now we're thinking about him.
We've
You're
seen
looking-
his needs. There's like 15,000 kids of his. He's had a mighty need.
Your fur bulge is showing, Uwu.
We're just done. We're done now.
Oh, okay, my soul. You can find reeds with a hollow center
Perfect.
easily.
I'm going to stay as below water as I can.
Sure.
We really are like the odd couple. It's great.
Bag of Nails is doing hardcore parkour from far away. So I'm gonna say even stealth roll. Warden, yours is with advantage.
Hell yeah! I'm doing my best Gator impression right now.
Okay.
So you're attacking the first thing that moves and rolling with it underwater?
Apparently, with
Yeah,
this stealth
Gator,
roll, apparently.
You don't have your panic start anymore either.
Like shrubbery.
Yeah. So
Fun fact about
they
if you shine a light in
get
their eyes,
ahead
you see
of
'em.
you, and you like start swimming. right? And Noth turns around, splash, 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 and he's like, he turns to Keeper and says, "Is that yours?" Considering the relative, how do you say, time frame, I think I'm one of his. Snake Boy does a dog head confusion side tilt. He's my great grandfather.
He has dementia.
He has issues. Ah. You should tell him to join us. Come along. I think they saw you, Grandpa. It's okay.
I'm just gonna like roll over onto my back and start floating.
Okay.
With momentum and maybe a little bit of kicking.
Uh-huh.
As I catch out.
Uh-huh.
I just join the group.
Okay.
Wow.
Just playing it off as casually as I can.
Sure.
Hey guys.
Hello. You seem to have left me behind back at the
Choose the charisma-based check that you think fits the best.
Where is the seduction roll? Spoiler, they are all 0, so it does not matter.
Yeah. I just want to see how smooth
we're gonna go
your
with
transition
performance.
is.
We're going
Okay.
with performance.
Okay.
Can I have
Okay.
advantage?
That's for after the seduction.
No, so I see him open his mouth and realize that something terrible is about to get out of it, and then I say, I'm gonna
Let me have my fun.
Did it all come out okay?
As okay as it does at my old age, yes. How did you know?
I mean, you were gone a while. They wouldn't let us rest to give you enough time to catch up. I'm glad you were able to.
Fenthaza hears this and like turns her head backwards. And you see a certain part of like her tail
She's an
structure
owl
is
now?
like wider than the rest of it, and she goes, I understand.
Oh dear God,
I
Jill.
knew she was full of shit. This is a terrible idea.
That's how it works for snakes. It's fine.
That is how it just works for snakes, which is the worst part.
It is.
Dislike.
It's also how it works for Six Internet.
I would like to unsubscribe from Snake Facts. Hey,
I'm only a little sorry.
question: where the heck is my token on this map?
Does it matter?
Oh, it's under Kathmandu.
Oh.
Yeah.
Jesus. Yo, shout out to me for picking a token that's the same color as the freaking terrain.
It's also teeny tiny. What the fuck?
I
mean,
put
I know
these
you're.
on here. I was teasing when I put these on the map, and I was like, let's put them on to scale. And it was just.
Yep.
Which was why you will notice that Keeper, Warden, and Yordle are huge.
Understood. And then there's
That's a big bitch.
That's a huge bitch.
So they lead you to Flavor Town. And
Having some good fucking food.
in through the in through the doors and like through a strange circuitous route, you're looking at the inside walls, and the palace itself is sort of winding. and strange, like hard to figure out exactly what way to go. But they lead you through with confidence and down some stairs. Now once you're completely underneath,
Ooh, woo.
since he'd been following at a further distance, trying to stay out of the water, acrobatics check to see how well that went.
Okay.
Pretty well. You now can no longer see them.
Dun, dun, dun.
Survival check for tracking to see if you can pick up the trail, or whether you're just lost in Flavor Town. Yeah. So with some effort, it's not like it's was the easiest thing ever, but you do manage to find what way they went. So they lead you down a wide passage that slopes down to a set of bronze doors. The doors themselves are decorated with coiled serpents, and there's a sliding hatch at head height. 4-inch wide holes pierce the base of each door. And I will show you what that area looks like. Give me a sec.
Oh no, it's got a battle. Question also.
Yeah.
I have that city secrets feature, but now we're not really in a city. Would I be able to catch up while remaining stealthy, or
This is
am I
still
going to have
this
to...
is still definitely a city. This
Okay,
is like
alright.
this is the palace of the city that you're now entering. It's still
I just
so
didn't
you
know
can,
if it was like a underground something or other where this didn't apply anymore.
No, it does.
Cool.
Now upper left corner of the map should
There is a room.
out a little bit.
There is indeed a room there.
So
Lord, there's a lot of people in this room.
I can't see shine.
Yep.
See shine.
Oh, there we are.
Oh, it loaded. Okay, cool.
Blowing.
Does it look like it's out of bounds in here?
A little bit.
Yeah, you guys aren't here. I'll move you guys over so you can see. However, you guys. Oh, and Warden's with you now. Sorry, I set this up before Warden ended up joining the party.
It's okay. So there's actually more people in there.
Great.
Bag of Nails is on the map, just so that he can see, but is not actually in that place. Right. So big stone gate. And so Noth walks up to the door, knocks on it, and says something in a commanding tone, in Draconic, and the doors
I guess I can turn
open.
my camera back on.
I'm trying
Or zero,
to.
right?
Yeah, you guys can't see past that. Okay.
Speak friend and enter.
I feel like me speaking Draconic is ruining a lot of secrets for this place.
Huh?
Very okay.
Oh, so you basically what you hear in Draconic is him say, "Open the door, underlings." And
Damn.
I mean,
Well,
it's not.
Figured. Yeah. I guess. Draconic.
Nope.
Try it again.
Just type it, brother.
Nah.
Speak to us, lad.
That's all he can say for the rest of the night is nah. I've got this one.
Right. The lighting. Move the lighting. Where's my layers? There we go.
We have a white background, by the way. I'm not sure if that's intended, or at least I have a white background.
I have a
Same.
black background.
I have a black one too.
Yep.
That was an
So do
accident.
I.
Sorry, Feckery.
If I reload real quick.
I see a twitching booger in the very, very corner. That's
Just
about
let me
it.
know if anything interesting comes up in Draconic, says Orage.
Oh, that's not a booger.
Oh, there's a door.
It's green flame.
Sorry,
Oh,
the
that's
the green flame was an accident. That's what I was talking about when I was like, sorry, I accidentally drew green fire, and you know, horrible accidents. They
It's
happen
a
sometimes.
spicy booger.
It's a spicy booger. So the one side of the door of the main gate opens, and you all are led into this next area, like an entry. There are 4 creatures standing here that look like I don't know, they look like they might be related to Araj, maybe? They're like standing, like lizards standing on their hind legs, but they don't look totally human, or like they don't look totally humanoid. They're not standing completely upright. They're bent over, and they have
Cover your sneeze.
draconic faces. Let me see if I can find you
I live here.
an image.
That was a mistake.
I tried to type Broodguard and typed just
they're-
bro instead.
Brogard.
Bruh.
So they're yeets.
Hey, bro, go check that
inbred
out, bro.
cousins. What I'm understanding.
That's what it
Rogard
looks
and
like.
Bogdad are brothers. He was from my tribe.
That is a tiny picture.
Sorry.
No,
He's a
it's
little
cool. It's just
lizard.
It's a thumbnail,
tiny.
but it gives you an idea of what they look like. So they lead you forward into this area. Noth walks through and issues orders, and they move away into the next area. And Fenthaza like slithers over these grates here, and she says, "Come along." The rest of the purebloods like walk through past you, some of them looking at you disdainfully. So they move through away from you in general. Let's see. As you near the place where the door is, over this grate,
Yordle.
you look down and you see that the pit there is filled with like
Snakes?
vipers.
Oh. Snakes everywhere.
Imagine that! The snake place has snakes in it.
I'm creeped out by that as a concept. I
The
think we should go home.
schnozberries taste like schnozberries.
Do they?
I'm still on Yordle's back. Just unless they shoot me off.
No, she is still up there.
Okay.
Yeah, so these guys continue to move away down the hall, and Fenthaza says, turns to Keeper and says, "You said you needed rest. I will meet with Russ Nasi and arrange for you to meet with him in, say, 3 hours' time."
That sounds good.
How long do we walk here? How long does it take to walk?
30 minutes.
Sweet.
An
And
hour,
believe it or
something like
not,
that.
as long as it's under an hour, continued rest will finish off the 8 hours of rest for the caster. Because it specifically says you have to avoid an hour of strenuous activity, which included walking or fighting. So a 30-minute walk to here means that you can get your healing spells back.
So why
we got
couldn't
that
we
going
just
first.
rested in the house?
So, take the win.
Right. Where do we rest? Here in the hall?
Sorry, did I misunderstand? You don't need to rest?
No.
You need to rest. Where do we rest? Here in the hall?
If you would like to go farther into the next area, she motions forward. However, there are some creatures in that room that you may not find the most welcoming. They prefer those who are like us. They're trained very particularly, you could say.
So does that mean they're going to attack us?
Not exactly. But you may not find them pleasant. I'm saying you may prefer to remain here. Go ahead and investigate for yourself if you'd like.
So we're abundantly clear and out of character. I am, as the only human, concerned at the fact it was unfortunate there was only one human in our crew with the mention of things that don't like our kinds. I'm worried that I'm the dinner. I'm going to be honest.
It wouldn't be the dinner. She did mention that they like humans better than the rest of us. So
I'm just
you're less likely to be dinner than me, and I'm a neighbor.
I'm worrying about how a cat magically shows up in this party.
Well,
that is something
not
that
my
only
problem.
a cat can figure out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bye, Jeff. You entered the party. You're gonna leave the party.
Yeah. Whenabouts would Bag of Nails be reaching this situation?
When they've already gone through, probably, and the door is closing.
So we've been left alone inside in this room?
I am going to go investigate.
I'll go with Keeper.
No, you were going to sit and rest. We can investigate.
I do not care if they do not like me. I would like some place soft to sleep.
She's also 8 foot. She could probably punt. More of those little things. She's just going to punt them in the next week.
It's not even a case of that. It's more a case of if we end up triggering any sort of defenses that are in this place, really, do we want the very same reason we didn't want to pick a fight still applies in here? If Shaggy's using logic to get people to not fight right now because Shaggy is a little unsettled.
I don't think they're going to bring us all the way here and then go through all this trouble just to kill us again. Or try and kill us, whatever.
Hold on. 3 hours, right?
I didn't get all that steak, sorry.
We've got 3 hours, yeah.
Okay.
So then go investigate.
We have 2 hours left,
I will
I thought.
sit
Either way.
down
Hey.
Thank you.
So
and
inside the next room, you do see that there are pillows and things like that scattered around like soft cushiony areas.
Are they small pillows or big pillows?
Like big pillows, like cushions.
Okay, so we like 4 or 5 pounds?
Something like that, yeah.
Mage hand, I yank one.
Okay.
Here you go. Have a pillow.
how kind.
Welcome.
And how can I not go in the other room?
Rest and revitalize.
You do not know her mother. She will go regardless.
How about this?
Did I get that back? It's fine, sorry.
How about this? And with yeet. Nope, don't do that. With yeet, we're gonna ease up into right about here. Come on, game.
So I can see like a long distance, like a significant amount of dark vision-y distance, and I can see that there are snake-like critters and a giant snake statue inside in that next room. And they say as much.
Yep. There are pillars, like large pillars in the room carved with would you guess it? Serpents. The ceiling is 20 feet high, and in the middle there's an 18-foot high statue of a coiled cobra facing north. Torches with green flames flicker on the wall, and the air reeks like animals, like dung. Two wagons are parked in one corner, and as Yordle and Araj inch forward, you can see a Triceratops in a pen to Yordle's right.
That's good.
Let's see.
Getting real
To the
concerned.
west, a
gonna
little
play
farther, Yordle can almost see an alcove down here. Also, there's a Yuan-Ti pureblood here feeding the Triceratops. He's a male Yuan-Ti with like a bucket filled with some sort of vegetation, and like a whip coiled around his belt on the other side.
Same belt.
You're gonna have to go home and change. You can't wear the
He's-
same outfit.
He's gotta go home and
He's
change.
like
He's closer.
He is home.
he's
Exactly.
he's portly, right? And so his his soft flabby tummy sort of has gone over the bounds of his belt. He's got Snake Man muffin top.
So his ancestors is definitely one of those fat todic snake, whatever the hell they're called, snakes.
He reaches as he finishes feeding the Triceratops. You see him reach into like a pouch behind his hip and put a piece of some sparkly looking like egg-shaped thing into his mouth and crunch it.
We put an Easter treat in his mouth.
Looks kind of like it, yeah.
Cadbury.
And he's
Sparkles.
like whispering quietly to the Triceratops in Draconic.
You're gonna get sick of me very quickly. What's he saying?
He said, "It's okay, boy. I know you're hungry. It's almost dinner time. Here you go."
Okay. All right. Okay. I apologize in advance for all of that in this next room and everything,
fine.
but that's gonna come up a lot.
Do you translate that? Did you say that, or did you just keep that in your head that you can?
That I can what?
That you understood him being like, it's almost dinner time.
I mean, that wouldn't seem out of the ordinary to feed a Triceratops, so probably wouldn't mention it unless you asked.
Uh,
No. Also, they're a herbivore. I mean, you know.
Does Yeet know that?
yes. You know that?
That's a good question, actually. I'm not sure.
All right. So I'm not really seeing any place in here that's really great for napping. Where were those? Where did Shaggy snatch that pillow?
There's like a big pile of pillows in the corner here, like next to the supply wagons, and another one in this far corner here.
Puddles.
Okay, for what it's worth, let's leave the one that's over there.
Gonna have Shaggy grab it again if he. I
mean-
grabbed the one that's right here, and Shaggy, can you grab that one across the way?
Where?
One over here.
There's piles. Like there are several in both piles.
Can I reach them?
Mage hand's like
We
60 feet,
need
right?
to-
What an excellent question. Give me a
We
second.
need if we can get access to the.
He keeps having trouble with that.
Yeah, my.
Do
30 feet.
Try your phone, sick.
It's not worth it. It sounds like crap.
So I can get to
We'll be
here
able to understand you.
without stepping into the room.
Maybe.
Right. So you can reach the ones over here, but you can't reach the ones down the other side.
Yoink, yoink, yoink. I mean, if everyone wants pillows, no one's telling us no.
Weird that they have pillows. What looks like a stable. Okay.
Maybe they were
Hey,
part
look,
of a
it's-
shipment that
it's
hasn't
the
been delivered yet.
wagons we wanted.
I apparently come bearing pillows.
Keeper's face brightens up a little when they see the mountain load of pillows.
Once the pillows that are closer are good, I'm gonna go over with Yeet on my shoulders like a toddler to Pudgy Mick Dr. Doolittle.
Mm-hmm. He crunches another one of the eggs from his belt and then looks up at you.
I sit down and chill.
Noth over here sits against the wall with his knees up and his hands on them and looks at you kind of slightly distrustingly. Hello?
I'm gonna want to be able to talk for this one.
Okay.
I can have a feel.
Yeah.
So
That sounds like it's going much better.
So yeah, Noth has not left the room. Everyone else has, but Noth has not.
Figured we would have a bug. I try and ask him, like, how old is that dino? What's his or her name? Is she in good health? You know, ask about your pet day.
Steak, your
Good
phone sounds
lord.
real bad too.
He's probably on the same Wi-Fi.
Is your phone connected to Wi-Fi? Yeah, I was wondering that.
It is
I
a
also
sad question that needs to be asked.
oh, fun.
Try turning your cameras off. We might be
Nah, don't
fucking
worry
his
about it.
phone up.
That's fine. If I have something that's important, I'll just type it.
Okay, I mean I can hear you now. It's super weird. I'm sorry, dude.
And there he went again.
Yeah, I know.
Uh,
I just wish it was something I could fix.
How's everybody's cameras going?
I'm just to see if it helps Steak's situation.
Oh, okay.
Not gonna hurt anything.
Big Jeff.
Big Jeff.
Jeff
Hold on,
is
I just
still
threw my
little on
phone
my
out.
screen. Oh, he just
I need
froze.
it again.
All right. We have become a smaller group. We see what happens now.
Yep. I mean, if it doesn't help, then we can turn the cameras back on. But if it helps, it helps.
that seemed to help reasonably, at least with mobile.
All right.
We'll take the win.
Apologies for the crap audio quality, but
It's not really that bad.
It's not that
Definitely
bad.
better than what you had before.
Yep.
We can understand the words that are coming out of your mouth.
that's
Okay.
Oh, nobody understand the words coming out of your mouth.
all right.
So,
So what did I
Yordle-
miss? I'm curious.
Yordle's trying to talk to the fat snake man who's feeding the Triceratops.
Okay.
And I'm sure at some point while that's happening, or before a lot of this has taken place, Catman has tried to slip through a closing door.
Catman tries to slip through a closing door. Well, if you're trying to
sent
do that, are you trying to do that without being seen?
At this point, no. I'm just trying to get in before I'm locked out.
Okay, then yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
However, you are going to like when Noth sees you entering, he draws his sword and questions you and says, "Who are you?"
That's our cast.
Is he you?
We put him out earlier on. I'm actually surprised that Warden left him behind. It was rude.
I sometimes when nature calls, it is not the most pleasant scent, so they prefer. Anyway, I finally caught up to you. You were moving very quickly.
Do you have anyone else who went to the bathroom?
Well, Michael did, but that was about 2 weeks ago, and we haven't seen him since.
Then Bitey shows up.
Is this all of you?
Technically, I believe so.
You do a mighty
He's
slap.
clearly displeased that you have brought more people than he knew about. And he goes, mind your house manners, cat.
House cat.
I don't think he wants to play the walls in here.
Anyway, so yes, cat is also here. And you're trying to talk to Fat Snake Man. Fat Snake Man responds to you, but not all of his words are in common. Like it's Draconic and Common laced together, like Spanglish, right? Dracommon, yes, exactly.
Jesus Christ.
Caconic.
For the sake of convenience, I'll translate.
I mean, he says the Triceratops's name, and he says like a complicated complicated sounding draconic name that basically just means 3 points, but it sounds real fancy. And like harsh, and it hisses in his throat and almost sounds like a little scary, but when Araj translates it for you, it just means 3 points. And he says, and you are who? Sorry?
I'm Yordle. Eat. And I'm what did he just go blah blah blah?
Yeah, and he said Oraraj, but that was in Draconic, and the Snake Man says, huh, yeah, back in Draconic, huh, brassy one, fitting, I understand.
I'm so creative with names, guys.
Nice.
Brass Master.
They named the Triceratops 3 points, so yes, that's it's fine.
I mean, Draconic sounds coolish. It's basically German in D&D, from what I can tell.
It's true. And I'm just saw a Triceratops, and they're pretty cool, and you happen to have one inside this place, so I thought I'd ask you about your pet, your steed, or animal, or I made sure that our healer was actually sleeping and not being hard-headed.
As you look, Yordle, farther to your right into over here, you see something shiny and a creature in the distance. What do you do?
I glance at it. If it moves at me, I will pay more attention to it. If it doesn't, I'm just gonna side-eye it, and I'm going to clamp my claws harder around Yeet's ankles so that Yeet not get the idea of put shiny in pocket.
Okay.
You remember the part where Yeet's the paladin, right?
That has not stopped Yeet in the past. Yeet has stolen in the past.
Actually, that's a good point. I should probably actively try to not steal things here.
Which is why there is clamping.
So as you glance at it, it's not moving at you, but it's staring at you. Make a Constitution save.
Oh fuck my bunnies.
Wait, them or both of us?
You didn't look, so you're not far enough around the fence to really see it. So it's just Yordle at this point.
Well, fuck
Wait,
my money.
What am I doing again?
One because I'm within
You're
10
making
feet
a
of you,
Constitution saving throw,
Okay.
please.
You have a +1.
Have it. Ew, don't.
Well, I'm saying
Give an
I give you a
extra
+1 because
+1.
one of my abilities.
You're standing
Oh.
next to the paladin who gives extra plus to saving throws.
I'm standing under the paladin.
Well, that's fair
Nope.
too.
9. 9.
You begin to turn to stone.
Knew it.
You are restrained.
Oh, that's problematic.
Where do I
start
start turning into stone first?
Your face.
Sounds problematic.
Sounds very problematic.
real
Before it gets
problematic.
too far, I'm gonna loosen my basically just let my claws up and go, fuck, don't stare at that. Hold on. Fuck, don't stare at that. Knew it. And I guess that's all I got.
Okay. Yeah, so now, like, from your, like, upper chest up is stone, and it's creeping down the rest of your body. Araj, what do you do?
Panic, because I don't have anything that can fix that.
Uh-huh.
And I also know Keeper's tapped, which can't fix that.
So you just gonna sit on me like some stone golem and be like, "Yay,
no,
pony!"
there is a mighty panic happening.
There's a mighty panic happening, got it.
Well, you can move because I didn't keep you clamped to my shoulders, so unless you feel like sitting up there all day, like on high.
I mean, definitely, jump down and try to help, but I don't know what you can do in this case.
Where are you looking?
Well, I heard don't look at that, so not the direction Yordle's looking.
Is your willpower strong enough to not look at the thing that you were just told not to look at? That
I have
seems...
a +5 to my wisdom save.
Let's see the wisdom save, because I'm curious whether you actually can physically not look at the
thing.
If
you fail this...
Okay, so I rolled 2, but I have luck for this reason.
Mm-hmm.
That's not any better. That's 11.
11 total?
Yeah.
That sounds better than 7.
We're bad at this, guys.
So you look at the thing, and its eyes are really shiny and pretty. Make a con save.
Oh my lord. Oh, sorry, 12. I forgot my own +1.
Con save. Okay, cool.
12 on
you
the
are
wisdom,
not incapacitated.
Not on the con. 12 on the wisdom.
12 on the wisdom. Okay, you remember not to look at the thing. Good job.
Cool.
But now you're looking at a stone turtle.
+1.
Okay. Sokash, the Yuan Ti here, looks at you turning to stone, looks to his left, and, like, clicks his tongue, and, like, sighs. Yordle, make another Constitution saving throw, please.
Well, we won't use that dice again for right
With
now.
the +1.
Oh. Sorry.
Bless you.
Thank you. 14? 14.
Sweet.
I can math, I swear.
You are no longer turning to stone, and the stone skin that's creeping down your chest begins to creep back up into your face. Like, your jaw doesn't want to move right now, but you can sort of halfway speak.
I thought you were gonna stop it at my legs, and I was about to start toddling around like an angry toddler and just So basically, I just got solid resting bitch face. Is that like?
Yeah.
Just after
RBF.
Botox.
Yeah. That was too much fun.
Can I make a point to, like, remember that click hiss thing?
Yeah.
Cool. Now I need to learn how do you spell petrification.
Tune to rock.
Got
Yeah, you know what? That's much more.
Nick Stone.
uber stoned.
B rock.
Stoned. Okay. So Kash, again, in like Draconic mixed with Common, so you understand most of it, but some of his words sound really weird, right? So he says, that wasn't supposed to... Bad manners. Sorry. You all should stay away from the animals, probably. It's probably for the best.
Yeah.
I make some very rude gestures. Pull out a quill that I normally use to mark up the map and write on a pair of pieces. I just wanted to ask about that. I was not going anywhere near anything else. It's the only cool thing I see in here.
Is it sad I was expecting you to do angry eyebrows?
Now I'm gonna change, redact all that, just anger eyebrows and just stick them to my forehead.
What?
I mean, he says, I'm sorry. It was... They are trained not to attack us. Your kind is not normally here. I'm sorry.
You should teach them not
we now
to...
know.
Wait, I can't talk.
We know now to not look at whatever that is. What is it?
That's a good idea.
What is it?
I'll write down...
In Draconic, he says, basilisk.
Ah.
How
spell?
Are you asking him?
No, I'm asking for my notes.
Oh, Basilisk.
Thank you.
Because they're made out of basil.
Yes.
They're
Basilisk.
basil-esque.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We should. I'm just gonna,
Yeah, he like shoos you back out of the room.
Yeah, we should go.
He doesn't have to shoo shit. I'm basically
Okay.
just gonna
Alright.
pick up Yeet, put them back on my shoulders, and rude hand gesture, and then walk out.
When you make a rude hand gesture at him, he makes a rude hand gesture back at you and goes, I'll let it turn you to stone next time, ingrate. But some of that wasn't completely in your language.
I mean, I understand foul language.
I am not translating that.
And just type write down, teach him not to attack neighbors. I also live here, you dumbass. And then walk off again.
I'm just gonna start trying to push Jordan like we need to go back.
It's just grab a hold of my jaw and like, go.
Roll initiative. My understanding. You just told the person who's a member of a racist race to treat you like a member of people.
That is a fair point, actually. We knew this coming in that this place wasn't exactly super friendly.
She said some of them. I can't tell them apart because racists blend in case you haven't noticed. They look like anybody else, and unless they come out and actively act like a twat, like that jackass, you can't tell a racist from anybody else. That's why it's very easy for racists nowadays to blend in.
Alrighty then.
In this instance, they may be they're all snakes.
So
yeah, don't go down that road.
Let's go ahead and relay to the group. So they have things that turn people to stone.
I write basilisk down and...
Yeah, basilisk. They have at least one. They seem trained, but kind of gestures towards Jordal's face that is still stone. But yeah, this place is unique.
I pull out some hand lotion and I hand it over to Turtle. Maybe that'll help.
I come this close to palming Shaggy's face and slamming it into the ground. And then just take the lotion and chuck it down the hallway.
Okay. Anger turtle. Got it.
All right.
Puts the
Maybe we
lotion
should
on its
improve.
twin, or else it turns to stone again.
Can I
Maybe we
redact that
should
and just rub it on Yeet? Just pour it on Yeet.
Why are you pouring it on me? What did I do?
Lotion on Yeet.
Wait, what did I do for this?
Not
You're
actually going to
smaller than-
put that on you, Yeet. Chuck it down the hallway. Joke, Yeet. Calm down.
Alright. So, are we finishing our rest then?
I assume y'all are.
Is that how this works now?
My goal.
Got nothing else to do.
I'm already out during your entire basilisk thing.
Alright.
Okay.
Oh, we finally rest? Okay.
Yep, you're left alone. You get your rest. Everybody's got their hit points and their spells.
Oh,
Now roll initiative.
wait, hold on. I actually have some prep spells. I need to
Yep,
find
do
how
the
to
thing.
Yeah.
We're doing
You.
5 of those. 1 of those.
We had 3 hours to rest, and they had 3 hours to plan.
1 of those. You also each get 600 experience points.
Oh.
We should have more often.
17,350.
Yep, that's what I got too.
Anything extra for fucking around with a basilisk?
A hard lesson.
I mean, I don't like having people on different levels of experience, so technically yes.
So,
So short answer is no then.
We could just do it. It's fine.
The
so
short
I
answer is
missed
no,
the number.
Jules.
What are we at for XP?
17,350. 17350.
Okay.
Add it to 23,000.
That's not bad.
Wait, hold on. What do we have? I wasn't paying attention.
Let's wipe this place out so we can level up.
17350. I put it in chat for you. Cap.
Oh, okay, thank you. I thought I heard
Small
another
yeet.
number after that.
Right. So, at the end of that time period, the whole time, by the way, Noth has been like sitting on the floor, staring at you, and with his like forked tongue flicking out every once in a while. Like every time someone moves, suddenly just his tongue flicks out to taste the air.
Can I do a thing super quickly?
Sure.
Can I pop a divine sense? I know I haven't used this in forever, but
sure.
Are you gonna detect evil? Because I can just tell you right now the answer is yes.
I'm not looking for good or evil in this case, actually.
What are you looking for?
What they are.
UNT.
I can do celestial fiend or undead, which is not nearly as helpful as I hoped it would be, but
They snake people.
Yeah, they are not celestial, they are not fiends, and they are not undead. You do not wait, hang on. You do sense undead. Technically.
Oh great.
I mean, that's where most of the places we have been.
Yeah, this is only within 60 feet of me, though.
Yep, technically.
Are you
Do
detecting?
you
Oh, here, hang on. I got us covered.
Planar butthole.
What kind of buttholes do you find?
Oh, no, that's not planar buttholes. That's anything that's
I know.
normal.
I know
They're
the
primeval
location of
buttholes.
celestial fiend.
You want aberrations, celestials, elemental, dragons, fae, fiend, and undead. Hang on, I have some sheets to check.
Oh boy.
I'm fucking around. I wasn't actually going to do this, but now,
Okay.
now that you were,
Now you did.
Now you did.
Also,
I did.
While
Let's
that's
just own it.
happening, I'm just going to say that Bag of Nails for the first part of the rest is going to spend a copious amount of time cleansing himself.
Okay.
And then for the latter part will be making notes in his journal.
Okay.
Also, where are the undead? I think I know where. But...
South and west of you. In that area, yeah.
Okay. All right.
This is not planar buttholes, right? This is
No,
Primeval
this is
buttholes.
just this is everything else.
okay.
The
Regular buttholes.
walk up to Yanshi and be like, there's undead here. Like here.
Yanshi.
Yeah, Yanshi and Yanhi.
Oh god.
And then there's also Yan for those that don't, have a pronoun.
Z.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yan
it
Z.
works.
Yan Z.
Better than Yon P.
Yan P Diddy.
Dope.
100% Amuin breast milk.
Nope. Could have gone all my
You can
life.
sense whether they're present. It doesn't tell you the location or number.
Your indicator light just
Yes,
went off.
undead. Yes, elementals.
Boy.
Yes, aberrations.
Warden's check engine light just went on.
It's like a sensory overload for Warden.
He just stuck his finger in his butt and then held it up in the air for a little bit.
Oh.
What kind of shitty things are around me?
Yes.
Oh, shit. Hang on, one more I gotta check.
Yeah, are there any dragons?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Oh, there's also a dragon.
Undead dragon elemental. Yay!
Not a dragon.
Cube, don't give them any ideas.
Dracolich does whatever a Dracolich does.
Don't give Jill.
I already have had all of the ideas. All of the ideas are already on the map. You just can't see them yet. Okay.
Do you want Dracoliches? This is how we get Dracoliches.
Oh boy. So,
yes, other Yordle, this is how.
at the end of your 3 hours, right? Noth stands. Fenthaza slithers back down the hallway. Noth stands up, and Fenthaza says, Rasnasi will see you now. Though not you. He requests that you do not enter his chamber bearing weapons. If you would like, some of you may stay here. I understand that you do not wish to be parted from your weapons. If some of you would like to stay here in possession of those things, that is fine. You may send representatives to speak with him instead. But you will not be allowed to enter his chambers bearing weapons.
I remove my sword.
I remove my bow and my quiver. Well, you know what? I'm gonna put my sword and my bow in my quiver and then pass my quiver to someone who's staying.
I remove my pants.
But not them.
Force you to remove your pants.
And now she's concerned about another weapon. You can't take that in there.
I will remove my short sword and longbow and attempt to conceal my dagger.
Who's staying?
Who's sitting with the weapons?
Whoever does stay, we really shouldn't leave them alone.
I mean, do you guys want me in there with the Anthy Paladin, given my track record?
Sure, yeah, this could be
Oh,
fun.
we can be good
Actually,
friends now.
considering all of your, well, considering you speak Draconic,
Yeah,
considering all of your nightmares about liches recently,
You know what? Yeah, I
Since-
should be in there.
Since I
come
can
here, MacGuffin.
Since I'm bad at plot and I can use most of the weapons that'll be left behind, I'll watch the weapons.
Actually,
Well-
I will also stay behind because I'm technically an NPC.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll leave. Oh God, I have so many weapons. Oh God.
Oh, you're that part in every movie. Just
Some.
No, you literally just see this small lizard just like hand a longsword, and then a warhammer, and then a yikwa, and then a hand crossbow.
Fucking hell.
Great axe, 2 hand axes, 20 javelins, a short sword, a javelin of lightning, a long sword, a spear.
We're strength-based characters. We hoard stuff, okay?
Oh wait, so here's the fun part. You see as he starts unpacking all the weaponry off his person, it's like, oh wait, and then Shaggy reaches into a belt and pulls out the dagger. It's like, forgot this. You know, like this is the most dangerous thing here.
How particular are they going to be over like a bear trap?
Just leave it behind.
Yeah, you know, I'm going to leave my entire bag behind. honestly.
Pretend the snake people are the TSA.
They're the
So
TSA.
no weapons and no liquids over 4 ounces.
Alright.
Be careful not to pee yourself.
Yeah, I will say though, Holy Symbol stays on. Just because I kind of need that.
Yep. So Fanthaza actually leads you south out of the room. As you
before we go
enter
through that,
the next room, she cautions you.
not to look.
I warn you, you ought not look to the right.
No,
but-
cube. Distant cube.
No,
Hush.
trust us. Don't look right.
I look right because there's a
Are Shaggy
Triceratops and
and
I'm
Yorl
waving.
going along?
I took off my weapon so that I could go.
So you okay? So you are going as well. Okay.
Yeah, I take off my bows and my. Do I have to give up the glaive head? Glaive head.
I mean, if it's in a pouch small enough not to be seen, they're not searching your pockets. Or at least they haven't.
We use the spell to reform the glaive.
I'm pretty sure
its
you had
original
used
part.
mending on it.
Yeah, we tried using mending, and
I
it.
remember that.
No, we couldn't mend other parts into it, but we could remend the original shape of it.
Yeah, and then we didn't. I told y'all not to do that because I had other plans for it. So it's literally just a glaive head on me.
Okay.
So it's like 18 inches, an 18-inch long blade just hanging out.
No, it's on my. It's in my shell where I keep most of everything.
All right, then yeah, they don't necessarily see it, though. I would say walk carefully, or you'll accidentally slice something important.
I mean, very important. Holy
I
shit.
don't just have shit flapping. There's not just random weapons flapping around on my personage.
Guys,
Anything
Okay,
that goes in my
anyway.
shell is fine.
guys, I don't have headphones on my phone.
Okay.
That's why I redacted what I was saying.
I mean, it's my decision, obviously, but you know.
Yeah, it's fine. So she leads you south and then eastward out of that room, into another one. This room with the snake has been described to y'all already.
Triceratops.
Triceratops, and there's a basilisk on the side. But you're not going to look at the basilisk unless you are, in which case you'll need to tell me that now.
I mean, is it pretty? Because
We already went through this.
Warden was told not to look to the right. Does Warden look to the right?
yeah.
Okay. It's blue and shiny, and its eyes are like luminescent. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh fuck! It would not be wisdom. God damn it!
We've done this.
We
literally
literally
already.
just did this, old man.
I wasn't there.
Warden
My
starts to
God.
turn to stone.
Jesus Christ!
Can I give check Warden so hard that he gets knocked out of it?
You whack Warden in the back of the head, and your hand smarts because his head is fucking stone.
No shit,
And
Sherlock.
thick to begin with.
For fucking sake. Fenfaza!
We didn't even leave him alone this time.
She turns back around and says a curse in Draconic. Make another con save. Warden.
Turns to stone faster.
Grandpa's turning to stone.
Grandpa
turns to stone
damn.
faster.
Grandpa is a stone. He has turned completely to stone. Fenthaza rolls her eyes and goes.
I'm so sorry. I did not. I thought that was going to be a wisdom save. I was not paying attention.
Nope, Grandpa was not paying attention. Who would have thought? Back in my
We
day.
figured that out a while ago, actually.
God.
The basilisk starts to run forward, and Sokash the fat snake guy collars it and pulls it backwards at Fenthaza's direction. So it's like on a one of those animal control people who has like the metal stick with the wire on the end that they put around the dog's neck.
Yeah,
like
when
that.
they're trying to wrangle a gator, yeah.
The capture pole.
Yes, Sokash has the basilisk on a capture pole and looks at Fenthaza and hisses something in Draconic.
Please tell me it's this freaking idiot.
He said she's holding Fenthaza holds her hand up like to say bring the basilisk back, and Sokash says, "Are you sure?" But hissed in Draconic. And yeah, Warden is stone now.
Sorry.
We're not the ones that are sorry.
No, that's why I'm apologizing, Steak, because I'm the one who's sorry.
No, you
Farthisa or something?
They're getting into a Canadian fight.
Fenthaza is her name.
Fenthaza. I'm like,
Southern's versus the North.
tell me that there's a cure for stupidity.
She sort of hisses out a chuckle.
No bag
and
of nails.
Says, I do not have the appropriate skill for this. There may be a healer here who can fix him, but I do not know whether they are otherwise engaged.
The only thing... Okay, I can cure paralysis, but this is petrification.
I can
yeah?
do poison and disease, but again...
This is petrification, yes.
Stone to mud.
No!
Oh, that's exactly
I'm not
what I
doing that. Okay. Sorry for being mad. Anyway. I accidentally put myself elsewhere. I will walk in front of him, put my hands on both his shoulders, and kind of do like what you think is gonna be, nice and sweet forehead to forehead sort of thing.
Oh no.
You fucking idiot. I hope I didn't inherit this.
I sure as hell hope you didn't either.
Oh.
As I recall, when you're petrified, you don't know anything, so he doesn't know that she's doing this, right?
He's incapacitated.
Yeah, he doesn't know that I'm doing this.
Oh, it's way better if he's like locked in though.
It'll come out like Han Solo.
And I reach up, kind of give his his cheek a little,
Which one?
Ew, cute.
Reach out.
Not. I am not from, how do you say, West Virginia.
That is
I thought you were gonna say Alabama.
uncleansed tradition.
Yeah, that's
Same.
more Alabama.
Alabama man.
I need
Chicken. Sorry, that.
Finkel Knob.
What?
We have something extra you need to watch over.
Oh, great.
Oh my god.
Think you can lift him?
Oh.
Probably. Can I just drag him?
He now weighs about 500 pounds.
I can
of
probably
solid
still
stone.
lift him, but
Okay.
I can.
Let me
assist,
help you just in case.
Yeah, with
or
help,
the
two of
small
you can
wizard
move
could
him.
assist.
I am terribly sorry, Fantasia, but we're just going to leave him with the rest of my group. I would hate for him to be separated like last time.
Wait, if we leave him, it's gonna be permanent.
We will go look for a healer who can help.
Alright. As
Or
long as it's not
I
permanent.
think. Hold on. Would it be nature or arcana to think of the remedy that I know?
medicine.
Arcana, medicine or arcana, either one. Nature isn't.
If only I were rolling better tonight.
I mean, you're rolling better than Mr. Nat 1 stoned.
I mean, yeah, but that's.
It's legal here, shush.
Lucky you.
Okay. So, yeah, Warden is now absolutely a block of stone. That y'all carefully drag back into the room where you rested.
Not so carefully.
No?
He's gonna come back missing a finger.
Please.
He's gonna be missing a toe or two if you turn him back into.
Oh.
No, I'm kidding. Okay. So.
Oh, and Finkelknob, don't lick him just because he's made out of stone. Don't lick him.
Please.
Whoop.
It's behind, but I'm dragging you into the next room.
While we're waiting, I'm going to perch on his shoulders.
Cute.
Oh my god. Right, Pondo.
So Fanthaza leads you into the next room, right? This room is extra. An underground cathedral opens before you. At one end, a sculptured balcony perches atop 5 rearing stone serpents. Blood dribbling from the serpent's jaws falls into a semicircular basin, and from there flows along a sloped trough into a wide stone bowl set into the floor. South of the bowl is a mezzanine, prominently situated atop which is a cauldron of steaming broth that exudes fleshy odors. To the west, a huge gong carved with a snake pattern stands on a second balcony.
And you're telling me that he does not like undead anymore? Hey.
This is a bloodbath.
Is that what you said out loud?
Oh god.
I muttered it under my breath.
Under your breath. Okay. She says, death and the undead are different things. And she
and then it ends.
She leads you into the through a set of doors at the side here. Now she says, I did not claim that we are saintly. I did not claim that we do not kill those in our way. I said that Dendar does not approve of the undead.
That is a fine distinction.
And I know that it is possible that we would have been killed by now otherwise.
Are we not?
One of these tokens is not like the other.
Oh, don't worry. That's fine. We'll move you to the token layer. Okay. So she walks forward, and as you've been following close behind, you see her jaw clench as she sweeps a bow and says, "Master." And you stand in a throne room. 4 pillars support the vaulted ceiling, and steps ascend to an iron throne carved in the likeness of a hydra. Painted on the wall behind it is a large image of Dendar the Night Serpent. To the south, an engraved stone disc is set into the floor in an alcove. A 10-foot wide opening in the east wall leads to a flooded cave. And as you all walk into the room where there are, let's see, and on either side of Rosnasi stand 2 Yuan-Ti Malisons, the type that you fought before with snake heads and human bodies, bearing spears and standing at attention on either side of him, and 3 brood guards stand in the room as well as a man with like shiny scaly skin and slit yellow-green eyes.
First off the bat.
Eyes of the grave.
I was actually about to pop another divine sense, so I'm right there with you.
60 feet. You do not sense any undead. However, the man standing, well, not man exactly, you see Rosnasi himself. I will find you an image, but he's a human from like the belly button up, a man, and then lower than that, a black and yellow snake. However, most of him is wrapped in bandages. And tattooed onto his forehead is the blue triangle symbol you recognize. In a faded, like fading blue tattoo. Like, you know, you've seen really old tattoos. It looks like that. But he looks wrapped up in a way that almost seems familiar, and he's like kind of wilting. Like he looks tired.
Suddenly things are making sense.
He says, "Hello. Pleased to make your acquaintance. My name is Rosnasi. I rule here in Omu. You have been here a short time, but have caused much unrest. What has brought you here?"
Well, Rasmusni, you're a Reputation precedes you. Though you seem to have been in need of some help for a while now.
He looks down from his throne in your direction and inclines his head slightly and says, I have been in better health, yes.
Is that why you gave up your pastime, is it?
Pastime?
Someone else sounded like they were about to stop me or something for a minute.
Sorry, go ahead. If you didn't pause, then keep going. Yeah, he asks what you're talking about, basically.
Your pastime, your magical exploits from before your current status.
I was once a human, but I have ascended since then.
Did you take your memory of your past hobbies with you then?
He says, I remember what I once was and what I have done, but what I do now is something different. I have been here in Omu, taking care to do that which I please for a long time. I asked, what has brought you here? If you please.
Well, honestly, we were looking for a particular item. See, we lost we lost the other one of these stones, you see, and we were looking to see if you had it.
And you hold it up?
Yes.
Okay. He looks at it and says, huh. That is the symbol of Dendar. But it is not mine.
Well,
Thaza, is there another cult of Dendar somewhere else in Schult that is your area of expertise? Fenthaza looks at him disdainfully and says, you know well there is not, sir. His tail sort of rattles.
Is it too late to go back and insight check his little statement of it's not mine?
You can roll an insight check. Also, roll me a history check for your other question.
Okay, well, the insight was a solid 7.
Okay.
History is a solid 6. This is going well.
Then, no and no.
Yeah.
Well, you see, here's where it gets a little funny. Well, not funny. more aggravating, because, we also found one of your, past hobbies holding this particular,
This is him. He looks like a snake zombie.
stone of yours.
Like, is he undead?
And, we were wondering why it had a stone of your people, and why, when, we slew the thing, it said that you would finish the job.
He slithers, and like he appears uncomfortable, right? He's looked uncomfortable the whole time. He looks more uncomfortable now. And Fenthaza's squinting at him, looking at him acutely. And he says, I know nothing of this. I am king here in Omu. What do slaves tell me?
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, he says, you will not come into my throne room and order me about with information, lies, and trickery. Fenthaza, take them to the pits.
No. You see.
We have a crystal ascending stone with your emblem upon it. The scalps of entities that have been created with your magic. And we've actually fought them as we traveled through the woods on our own business, of being adventurers. And you call us liars for stating fact?
Fenthaza takes a couple of steps back from you in general, with her arms crossed across her chest, and says, and he says, it is no lie that I once practiced necromancy. I was the chief in the school of necromancy in the city of Mesro once, but I do not practice such anymore, he says, and he sort of holds his chin up.
And yet, death runs rampant throughout this forest, and undead with it?
Fuck.
Creatures carrying your symbol upon their flesh travel and attack us in packs? And we find communication stones in their possession. Hell, we came here in search of adventure and were attacked by the very people that you rule because we went into a tomb. Don't pretend that you're something altruistic.
Mm-hmm.
He hisses and says, I am no altruist, but I am the bringer of the next world. I will bring the Night Serpent. I will be a part of bringing the Night Serpent to... he looks quickly to Fenthaza, bringing the Night Serpent to bear on this world.
What does it have to do with the undead scattered throughout the jungles?
That is a project of another time, hundreds of years ago.
And
why they're still scattered here, I cannot tell you. They are no longer of my concern.
Or the fact that you look like you you are under an affliction of resurrection sickness.
What do you know of resurrection sickness?
See, now, a few minutes ago, you were calling us liars and saying that we were bending the truth.
Just because you are not forthcoming with me does not mean you do not have useful information. What do you know of resurrection sickness? He sort of slithers forward from his throne onto the ground in front of the dais.
Then, how about you be forthcoming with the fact that we have several witnesses who all will say the same thing if you ask them. The White said that you would finish the job.
He looks from side to side and says, "That is a discussion for another time."
Then so is our discussion on resurrection sickness. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a grandfather that has decided to go and get himself turned to stone.
Rasmussen chuckles and his voice cracks, and then he clears his throat and chuckles again and says, "He met the basilisk, did he?"
You went all robotic for me.
Whoop,
He
sorry.
met the basilisk, did he?
Yeah. Did he started to laugh, but his voice cracked. Then he cleared his throat and laughed again. And says, and then like with that, through all that weirdness in his throat, he then ends up having a fit of coughing, right? That like racks him, and like his snake parts like sort of convulse a little bit. And he says, "Excuse me, he met our basilisks, did he?"
Just the one. I'm told that they are very pretty. At least I.
They are, in fact, very pretty, I'll confess.
But where are my manners? We have time. You so much.
You cut out again for me a little bit, Kef.
He said, "We have time. You, not so much."
He looks at you disdainfully. Okay, let's switch and see if that helps.
Bomb, bomb, bomb.
Hero?
Bomb, 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 bomb.
Hello.
Hello.
Is the East server less of a pain in the butt tonight?
Sorry.
We'll find out over time, because everything seems fine until it isn't.
Right.
I'll have to go soon.
Okay. Okay. So he says, you wish to see to your sickly grandfather? That is a thing that I can understand. We can meet in private after that has been seen to, if you'd like.
I would appreciate that. Yes. I can.
Actually, yeah. And their undead thing didn't pick anything up, but that.
Yordle, they're under the same issue as our original employer was.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, they weren't actually there for that.
It
They're rotted
is.
because they've been resurrected.
Yeah, it is, and I will explain it. That's the whole resurrection has gone wrong, and he is essentially rotting as he's continuing to exist.
so he says, if you would like, we can continue this discussion this evening. I will have Nath or Sekalok bring you to my quarters at that time.
I love how
Oh.
Sekalok is just a name on a disc. Can we just talk about that?
Oh, but Fantasia has been so very kind to us.
Fantasia.
Not better.
Okay. Fantasia has indeed been kind, but has many duties to attend to.
Mm. I understand.
I will have one of those men bring you back for a discussion in my a more comfortable discussion, shall we say, in my private quarters this evening. Does that sound acceptable to you?
I look forward to our future discussions.
Okay.
Let's put that out of my breath to keep her.
Of course not.
Okay.
Just as I am very certain that he will not be alone.
No. Get away with a lot.
He returns to his throne and says to Fantasia, would you please return them to their previous dwelling, if you'd be so kind? She looks under her brow at him, and with her tongue flicking out of her mouth, leads you back down the hall that you came from. Hobble said there to go?
Yep.
Okay.
Alright. Can I share one piece of info before I forget, please? Because I'm gonna not remember this.
Sure.
Once we are out of the room with Rosnasi and it's just the four of us and the snake lady, I'm just gonna mention the basilisks are undead.
The basilisks are not undead.
How do I explain how this ability works without mechanics, actually? That's a good question.
When
You
I
have a
get this
gift?
feeling,
Little one.
Your god allows you to sense creatures that go against its nature.
Ding.
I see dead people.
Let's go with that. But no, like, I got a ping on. I'm gonna just call it a ping. I don't know why. I got a ping on one of them. There's something in that main room.
Perhaps you were sensing the Naga.
The Naga?
There's a what?
You can't just say that. Oh.
Okay.
I'll shut up now.
wow.
The basilisks are not
Wow.
undead.
Right, they do blend in.
We have many. There are many creatures here that you may not understand, youngling. It is all right.
Now hearing that, though,
Yes,
I
let
am
the person
gonna-
with the more ability do it.
yeah, I am going to kind of, close my eyes, focus, and not to tank stakes, internet or anything, I'm essentially going to do this.
Okay.
Face
When
palm,
we
but then
pass
you're
again.
sensing stuff.
Oh, okay.
Like this. Like,
Right,
I'm
you're
looking
covering
down.
your eyes to make sure that you don't get accidentally basilisked. Got it.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well,
Whole party
I just
walks
wanted to
out.
get that out there before I forgot. So.
And putting kind of a pin in for it later. I would like to have talked at least a little bit to Fenthaza, or generally at some point before we go and meet with Rossisny again, because she not hidden at all about what she thinks of him.
Yeah, so she I'm curious what that that conversation looked like. What do you say on the way back to her to indicate that you want to talk to her more?
It seems things are a little strained in your neighborhood. Is he always that shifty?
He's a snake, of course he is.
And I kind of smack Yordle on the side. Like,
she was opening her mouth to speak, and on hearing that, sort of closes her mouth again.
He's
sorry,
an undead,
not
mummy-looking
sorry.
snake. He's creepy looking. Talking
Bigsy?
Fine.
You're right, they do blend in.
I'm sorry. Not all snakes. Get it. Creepy.
I was
My bad.
going to say it does not seem like one, he's very forthcoming, and two, he doesn't seem to have you in the highest regard, and vice versa. It seemed the feeling is, how you say, mutual.
She says, Dendar has chosen Ras Nasi as his mouthpiece. It is, and she sort of the muscle in her jaw works. It is not for me to question the Night Serpent.
Do you normally have someone who's half dead in charge? I mean, that seems very awkward. Especially considering the fact that you dislike undead so much.
Not.
I will BRB.
Not all of those I worship with feel as I do, and with time, I suppose we shall see whether Dendar's choice changes.
You make it sound like there's a possibility that he may not be the person in charge.
Make no mistake, Ras Nisi leads us, she says. I am, my position is Nightmare Speaker. I am not leader.
Yes?
Deadpan face, no response.
What exactly is a nightmare seeker? What do you do? Other than seek nightmares.
Nightmare Speaker.
Speak
Mouth
for
sheet.
nightmares.
Talker.
I have many duties. If you spend any amount of time here, you will likely see what I do during the revelries.
Oh, parties. Sounds great. Can't wait.
Doesn't involve that bath in the other room, does it?
She smiles toothily.
So
it's not a no.
It isn't, is it?
No, it's not. So sleeping in a hall sounds great. You actually get quarters now, or do we sleep in the hall? By the door.
I can show you to a place where you may stay, but I do not think you will find it much more inviting than this.
Does it have basilisks in it?
Is it a cell?
She tips her head and says, "It is not normally intended for guests."
I see.
Not related to the Naga by any chance that you mentioned, is it? I don't know.
It is not adjacent to the Naga's home, no.
Or the basilisks' home?
Or the basilisks.
Is it adjacent to something we should know about?
Not particularly. It is safe. It is just not the most homey.
Neither is sleeping in a hole.
All right, I shall show you then.
Snatch all the pillows as we go.
We are so bad at calling it a night. Jesus Christ.
I'm trying to get us there.
No, I know you are. I'm just like, alright.
Is everyone going, including Stone Warden?
Can Stone Warden get there?
Stone Warden can be dragged there.
Does Stone Warden have to have a say in where he goes right now?
No.
No.
I'm grabbing. No. I'm gonna grab his feet if someone will grab his head.
Shaggy, you should not be the one to do it with my minimal strength.
I guess I'll get off his
I'll
shoulders.
do it.
Oh yeah, that's right. Please get off. Down cat. Bad cat.
Please get off. Down cat. Bad cat. Oh God.
There's no need to shoo me.
We'll get the spray bottle.
Don't wear shoes.
Oh, well, we're gone.
Oh no. Well, we're dead.
We're not worthy. Oh wait.
Warden falls, everybody dies.
Wow.
Oh, goodbye. Oh, hello.
Calf is
Hello.
reborn again.
No, I'm still getting cut off and
And then we've arrived in a spot. How about we stop here and we just pick up from this place right here?
Yep. Whoever was carrying Warden, make dex checks. Just one. Each.
Hey.
Make a dex check if you were carrying Warden.
Okay.
That's a save. Roll a check, please. I don't know if it'll make a difference. It probably won't. But yeah, okay. You're cool. Grandpa doesn't lose any toes. Yet.
Oh, yeah.
Yay!
Since I
You
was
made him
helping
toes.
carry Warden, I just threw all the pillows on top of him like a stone stretcher of pillows.
Okay.
Pillow stretcher.
Anyway. We're calling it here.
Yep. We're all calling
Thank
it
you,
here.
people.
Say goodnight to stream.
Good night. Good
Bye,
night, stream.
everybody.
Alright.
Bye. Have a beautiful time.